ndeko na biso Simon pona ozwa dossier wana yo mtoza en charge ya makambo etali évolution ya coronavirus na ba vaccin na communauté na biso. Alors tozo pesa ndeko na biso Simon soki bato ebele boyebi te makambo etali coronavirus Simon alakisaki vraiment mawa na ye motema na ye pona communauté. Banda makambo ezali Simon azalaki toujours na réunion koloba président il faut tout sensibiliser la communauté, il faut tout lobela dossier oyo. Alors vraiment on a eu le courage à cause en ndeko moko na mawa ya batu pe koloba que dossiers importants pour la communauté. Yango makambo etali coronavirus évolution nango eza na maboko ya Simon. Alors toko changer toko lukele même carte. Donc le ministre na biso en charge ya coronavirus. Donc
merci
Simon,
président.
Simon, alors let me introduce you. Sorry, just to introduce Simon, Vivian. We got a Simon. Simon is in Scotland. He lives in Glasgow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But according to Simon in French, his name is Simon. Simon is a very engaged member of our organization. He was seriously concerned about people, our Congolese people, especially the issue with the coronavirus. He had a serious concern. He was mentioning every meeting, what can we do to really what can we do to make sure people are aware of this issue? And he was also using different ways to let people know this is not an issue to take as a job. We have to be more serious about it. He plays massive roles since the coronavirus. We started this meeting last year. Someone has been talking and using his time to speak to people and make sure we attended different people, different groups, to let them know, to be aware on how to wear all the PPE and to protect themselves. And he has been awarded to be the leader of our community for the coronavirus because of his involvement. So we call him Ministre en charge de coronavirus in the Congolese community in the UK.
Okay.
So someone is going to give us some introduction for today's meeting before we talk about this issue. And welcome for this meeting. We're going to try our best to translate sometime for you, but it's going to be more in Lingala for everybody to listen. Thank you for coming, Vivian. Someone, it's your turn.
Merci président pona ko pesanga maloba pe merci lisusu pona ko considérer idée oyo na portaki na kati ya organisation ya Congo Support pona koyeba situation tozo traverser na yango ezo senga il faut ko sensibiliser na communauté pa pona ko talisa ete ke maladie oyo eza vraiment très sérieux pe to bungisi na yango bandeko ebele souhait na ngai ezalaka ke esuka kaka na biso te pourquoi pas même ba église bazwango pe pona koyedaka na bandeko ko sensibilisaka bandeko yozala vraiment malamu mingi. Mais na zongi na biso awawa vraiment na moni que changement ekoti makasi concernant coronavirus tango bazui ba mesure ya ko la campagne en metali ba vaccin vraiment même soki totali mortalité ya bato ndenge bazo kufela sikoyo vraiment ebese makasi vraiment ezali félicitations makasi na bandeko oyoyo bandimi kokende kozwa vaccin. Kokende kozwa vaccin eza kaka pona intérêt na yo te mais eza pe pona intérêt ya bato baza pembeni na yo. Yango wana esengeli teke to chaque jour tozo kutana na ba réunion to sensibiliser ka bandeko na biso ke bayeba ete oyo tozo ko vivre lelo ezali ngai na yo nde toko yeba ko se protéger pour que maladie etambola partout te. Yango wana chaque fois que totia mo espace moko na kati ya réunion pona ko sensibiliser ka bato koyebisaka bato pe kopesaka ba information tango mususu moto azwaki opportunité te ya koyoka information na nzela ya sensibilisation oyoyo ekosala ke azwa message. Pour le moment vraiment ba avancer et salami makasi et puis biso moko tozomona ke déjà moi ba porte ya ba locking down et bandi déjà ko fungwama muke et que souhait ezali ke un jour tozongela ba activité normale ndenge oyoyo tozalaki nango toujours ko sala habitude mais ko continuer toujours ko respecter ba barrière ko continuer toujours ko se protéger yango ekozala malamu mingi. Merci président.
Merci ndeko Simon. Alors toke na lumbangu vraiment mutu nyonso ana parole ndeko na ngai évolution nini bozomona na communauté na makambo ya corona? Est-ce que tozwa vraiment mwa stabilité bando kota? Nzambe d'abord na opesa nzambe merci. Na ozala un peu honnête envers biso nyonso, naza ko passer étape moko ya kimia makasi. C'est vraiment mois de mars oyo na sentir mwa kimia ndenge tozalaki na décembre, janvier, février en tout cas ezali ta moko na histoire na kozongisa yango te. Olamuka na ntongo boye telefone ba message bandai ko traumatiser oyo akufi oyo na hôpital oyo boye. Mais en tout cas depuis un moment calme ekoti nayebi te soki biso nyonso toza na expérience wana to bien soki moto ana eloko ya kopartage toloba est-ce que bandeko bazozwa vaccin, est-ce que bato bazali sensibiliser vraiment comme il faut, tozomona communauté eza koavance bien. Ok, na mukuse to expliquer ndeko na biso na ligne na anglais na kozala mwa bref. Viviane, we just heard some very good message from our leader in charge of the issue relating to coronavirus. He just said it has been a very good time of the year since sometime in March. He has appreciated that communities are now a little bit more engaged with the issue. People are aware, and we have seen good progress. A lot of people are accepting now to have vaccine, but we still don't know if some other people still have a concern.
Yeah.
We also have seen some change that we got some stability. We used to lose a lot of people. We lost a lot of people in our community, especially during January and February. It was stressful and difficult to live in this country that time, and we don't want that to come back again. And we are seeing that as a very good progress, even for the whole country. People are getting vaccinated, and we see stability coming up. We are expecting that to carry on, and we are calling people to do the best so they can accept to get vaccine, and so we can have a stable nation and the country within this country. So our leader is very pleased for that. So now we give people to speak. Anyone who's got something to say, if we still have some people who's still concerned, who's still not very happy to accept the vaccine, or we got some of the people still, we don't know what is happening to them. If anyone is gonna have something to share, that's what we're gonna talk now. You also have something to say, please, you'll be more than welcome. Now we're gonna start now with anyone who wanna speak, so please, you can express yourself. Nutwaninga Loba, Tozana Parole. Thank you, Douglas.
Sorry, I Vivian and I everybody again. I think I prefer to speak in English, to help Vivian to understand quite quickly, instead of having more time to translate for. I think basically what I have to say is just we do have this day kind of encouraging news, as we seeing true news that the rate of infection are going down. Even when you look at the death of people, you see that we do have a kind of decrease wave. So this is kind of encouraging things, which gives us more hope to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So basically, I could be also encouraging all of us, any of us, as soon as you have the chance to get your vaccine, you must go to. So as we have seen yesterday, I think it was yesterday or before yesterday, Boris Johnson was given also the example of having his vaccine. So this gives us more, confidence, regarding the concern that we had last week regarding, what we had, like, bad effect of AstraZeneca, which is, COVID-19 vaccine, made, in UK. So regarding what's happened, I think it's more encouraging for us, and this gives us more confident that it's not really bad as we start thinking. Last week we can go for it. Anybody who have that chance to get vaccine, you have to go for it, and get yourself vaccinated. It will be something good for everyone. So we may have more safe environment. It's for all of us. It's something good for all of us. So that's what I could add to say as my contribution for today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Douglas. Talking about Miezi, you call about Miezi.
Yeah,
Somebody
na
go.
lingala president.
Merci.
Problem nangeza boy is a question nangana tunaga according them coronavirus. Est-ce que ezali is that by force or by law? Okay, we have to have them vaccination, or is that if you want to? Because myself, like I'm talking right now, I received already 2 messages from NHS to book my appointment for the vaccination, but I haven't done it yet. So so na saliango et par de so na saliango te is na conséquence ou bien il faut na zo parce que même na college na biso que non, we have to have it, but if you don't want, it's not problem. But at the same time, I receive again, as I said, a message from NHS that I have to book my appointment to have it. So them are my questions. So I don't know.
Thank you. That was a good question. So we're going to move on. Can we have any question, please? We're going to answer those questions at the end. So mutuna botuna tokolo bangona suka poto aussi ça na 16h tozana point moko il faut to lobape. Alors toke ne moi lumbangu toko 12 minutes. Likambo poto loba divers 15 minutes. Divers est un peu important. Mutuna mususu oui Didier ou bien le roi Baxa.
Yes, I can intervenir. Hi, Vivian. My name is Didier. I'm living in Liverpool.
Oh, my word. Not far. 20 minutes from me.
Oh, really? That's great. So happy for that. Jazz, we are always telling, contesting about the vaccine. Even the president kids knows about that. But we are confused at the moment. Why we are confused? They told to people there was coronavirus, the way they said it. But the question is, why people are still contesting about the coronavirus? That's the first question. From the beginning, we saw a lot of people, like, for example, there was lockdown, especially where you are, where we are. You can see at the first lockdown, everybody, they couldn't go out. Everybody they decide to stay at home. No one could come out. But if you can see for this second lockdown, many people that are still going out. Now we are confused. We don't know exactly who is going to tell us the truth to take vaccine or not. That's the first question. And the second question is, there is any, since they start to do, since they did start to give people vaccine, but we didn't hear to come back from them, to come back from us, to let us know, like, for example, there are some people, they took vaccine, but there are some people, they are unwell because of that, because of that. Now, how can we take out to carry on to take vaccination? And the last question is, like the way they said, it's not an obligation. They said it's not an obligation, but we can see some places you can't go through. Like, for example, you can't walk because we have to have it. Look, for example, the way they said, people, they are going out. If you have to come back, you have to take a vaccination. It's like an obligation, but they don't want to say it louder. That's our preoccupation. If they can try a way, that's to teach people how to let know people properly, I think people, they will be convinced to take the vaccination. That's our preoccupation in our community. We've got few people who they accept it, but they are scared. They say, because of my job, I don't want to lose my job. That's why I decided to go and take it. Yeah. Can you see now we are confused? We don't know exactly what to do. That was my 3 preoccupation at the moment. Thank you so much, Vivian.
Thank you. Merci, Mingi. Okay. Now I think we got many questions. I don't know, Vivian, would it be? Can I give you time to answer some of those questions?
Yes.
And if you have anything to add on that, please.
Well, what I want to do is I want to come back a bit from when this academic started. I mean, there are so many questions that need asking. let me tell you that I think this virus has been around a lot longer than people ever imagined.
Yeah.
To start with, and it is a virus. It's like flu, but it's a bad flu, and as we know, flu changes every year. The second thing is, when the medical profession in general, especially unfortunately the white community of medics, knew what was happening, they took leave and they stayed at home, which is why you had a massive amount of multicultural people passing away. You had your doctors, and it has been proven on panorama programs and such like that your non-white people did not demand the PPE that the white people did, because they were scared for whatever reason. They were going to lose their jobs, they were going to be sent home, they were going to be criticized. And that is actually a reality, and it's a horrendous reality that has come out in the last few weeks. That you guys, when you were working on the front line, you were working, apparently the people were in, even some of the doctors and nurses were working with bin liners instead of proper PPE. This is an absolute disgrace, and the government has to come to terms with what's happening. I'm in the middle of writing 3 reports, but I will come on to that in a minute, about what's going on. So that's the first issue. One of the second issues is, no, it is not compulsory to have the vaccine. It's I think what is happening, I mean, I've had, as most of you know, I've had the first vaccine. And part of the reason I had it was because, believe it or not, I thought it would be easier to go to Congo when I can eventually get there. Because it's, you know, as you know, I travel a lot to Congo. I want to be able to go there and come back and not have to stay in a hotel and spend £2,500 in a hotel when I get back. That's the reason I had the vaccination. So it is not compulsory. There are people who, for various reasons, cannot have the vaccine. I mean, there's very, very little allergy things in it. There are people who, like in some of the flu vaccinations that happen every year, there have been very tiny bits of egg in it, and people are allergic to eggs. So there's certain flu vaccines they can't have. Now, as far as I know, there's no egg in this, but there are certain immunoconditions that will not allow some people, and they will be given, I would expect, some sort of document to say that they can't have the vaccine. Now, as far as people are working concerned, I mean, I think there may well be people who are saying you can't work unless you have the vaccine, or you can, I mean, I think probably a certain proportion of Congolese will probably be immune to it. You may have had the virus without knowing it, as you know. Now, it's great that the figures are coming down, but we have to be aware that there are quite a lot of younger people now in hospital. Now we've got the old fogies out the way, they've had the vaccine, they're fine. And we're now finding out that about 40–50% at the very minimum of the old folk are now not respecting the regulations. We have it where I work. The amount of old people that are coming into our pharmacy without a mask is really quite horrendous. Now we are protecting ourselves from each other. Well, we don't even have to do that because we're in a bubble, but we do, because we think it's not good to ask people to come into our pharmacy and wear a mask if we're not wearing protection ourselves. So we wear protection ourselves. Now, as I say, I've had the vaccine. I've had no problems with the vaccine. Now, the scaremongering about the AstraZeneca, about blood clots has been, I think, a scaremongering exercise, because it is known that every year so many people have a blood clot that's related to nothing in particular. If you get on a plane, you have an increase of having a blood clot. If you don't go to work, if you sit behind a desk all day rather than move about in a workplace, you are more likely to have a blood clot. If you have various other conditions, you are more likely to have a blood clot. If you have high blood pressure, you are more likely to have a blood clot. If you're diabetic, you may well be at a higher risk of higher blood clots. And a lot of things cause a blood clot. And I think it has been proven by all the medical agencies now that the AstraZeneca route does not increase your risk. The problem might have been, and it's only a suggestion, that because the second vaccine in particular can make you feel a little bit more poorly, people are sitting down and not moving. And that is what has been a problem. But it's not been proven. It's only speculation. But I think I think what we have to say is it's a vaccination that will help open the situation. I mean, we've seen what happened in France. They've had another lockdown because they haven't had so many vaccines as we have. I mean, we have done brilliantly with the vaccine, although the government can take no real credit. It's us that have been doing the work, but not the government. And we know Boris Johnson has had it and make a big deal of it. And it's people actually like the Indians and the Israelis who have actually been doing far better on vaccinations than we have. And even the Americans, since Biden has come into power, the amount of people in America that have had the vaccination is absolutely massive compared with even us. So I think it's an ongoing problem. There are certain things that are coming out on the vaccine. And obviously, if people are like, Goody, you want to work with me? You're Liverpool, you're not far. I'm happy to work with you. Yeah. And also Douglas, I think you were going to get in touch with me. Yeah. And everybody else, if I'm here to help, to offer support, to give you information.
Yeah, we call you. I promise I should have called you this week, but somehow I didn't. But I don't think that I will take long to call you. I will call you definitely.
But the only thing I'm writing is an article that I have just.
It's not your business.
It's called, I titled it. It's my latest piece of work, which I called "High Tech Society Continues to Cause Death, Rape, and Poverty in the DRC." That's my latest document. One person has heard it so far, but no, I've spoken to Philip Mandangi, who I'm sure some of you know. He phoned me actually last night to thank me for helping him get his British nationality. So that was a nice thing for me to hear from him yesterday. But this is something that I'm really determined to get published. It's because, believe it or not, the UK in 2019 were boasting that they gave to the Congo £659 million. Just if you didn't know that. And what I have said is basically, what are they doing it when half the children and a third of the women in Congo are suffering from anemia? And also half the children are suffering from stunted growth due to malnutrition. And yet, where has this 659 million pounds gone in 2019? So that's an article I've been working on. So, but there's another two articles. One I'm writing on the horrific ways that the government has been wasting money, and also one on my own subject of pharmacy as well. But these will be published. I'm sure they will be published. So, you know, I could kick the government out one of these days, maybe.
Thank you, Vivian. That sounded very good. You get my support for that article, please. Thank you. If you need to put my name on, put it on it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you so much. Okay. We got something. Oui, Papa Chimanga, Toyoka. Oui, Papa
Merci,
Chimanga.
Monsieur le Président, Merci, Monsieur le Président, pour la parole.
Merci.
Au Mali, Monsieur le Président, tu abordais problème point très important. Les problème il y a santé nabiso. Les problème moko kulegana oyo zaki to bandi liboso ya politique oyo parce que ce qu'on a la santé te kokulu ba makama politique en côté. Yango toujours le bande que problème oyo ya santé est très important. Yango nazo senga yo ke au Mali mama utiko lo ba makam ebele na monoko ya bato ya mbuka. Alors est-ce que ce serait pas mieux que usala biso ata mutu moko ata Papa Simon kuna usala biso ata résumé en bref de tout ce qu'on vient de parler pour la meilleure compréhension de tout le monde.
Merci beaucoup. Donc, ce qui n'a pas savoir résumé, maman, batuna ki mutuna pona makambo etali vaccin. Bande kumusu ba lobby vaccin wana toyebite, ezo sala malamu te, ba vaccin wana bazo forcer batu. Et comme soko zu yango to ko sala te. Ba mutuna musu salama ki ezali ke batu bazo komela bango mikanda, ba GP ezo benga bango bakende kozwa vaccin. ndeko ya mwasi alobi eza obligatoire te. Donc soki ata bakomeli yo mokanda ko se déranger te, vaccin eza obligatoire te. Ata batindeli yo message na NHS ko se déranger te, soko olingi ozwi. Mais na bamisala mosusu ya solo bakobanda kokoma mwa strict alobi yango. Mais eza vraiment facteur te. Eza ke soki même musala basali ndenge wana okoki même kolanda bango ke baza basali mabe. Mais loko ya mutu ya alobi nini eza malamu mingi tozwa vaccin. Po vaccin wana ekosunga biso toyeba ndenge ya kozala mwa resistant na maladi wana. Et alobi ke vaccin même ya flu, bato baezwaka vaccin ya flu bayebi ete chaque année vaccin echangeaka. Alobi pe likambo etali ke vaccin wana bazopesa mutu nyonso ye asazwa yango eza bien. Mais vaccin ya mibale nde ezolobama basango ya mabe mingi, mais ye aza na information wana te. Mais vaccin nyonso ezalaka na mwa ba problème. Eza te soki mutu azwi vaccin nda akobela. Bato mosusu baza na ba problème ya santé. Omona mutu ana histoire moko ya diabète, ya cardiaque, ou bien ba maladie songolo na nzoto. Era kozwa vaccin, omoneke kosala ke makila ya nzoto etamboli mbango bien sali mwa kokoagile. Eza te ke pona vaccin. Po bato ebele baana eta wana. Yango omoni ba pays Europe baboyaki me bazongi bandimi yango lisusu. Yango azoloba ete ye pona ye azwaki vaccin po akende Congo. Po akanisaki ke soki azwi vaccin okende Congo, azwaki vaccin te blokola bato baozwa. Ya azwaki po akende Congo, aya kofanda na hotel etende bautia bato na hotel. Mena suka azoloba ete vaccin za malamu pona biso nyonso. Nakanisi en bref wana nde tolobi tisiko. Alors c'est mutu mosusu wana parole toza libre ya koloba. Tozwa ata 3 minutes po tosisa dossier po tokena divers, tosisa dans 10 minutes. Mutu mosusu azwi vaccin ou bien azobanga kozwa vaccin. Oui, Papa Chimanga, tokoyoka yo moko ka olingi oloba.
Oui, c'est-à-dire pour encourager bande kuna biso, ce n'est pas obligatoire ndenge ba utikuba, mais nazo pour encourager bande na biso que balanda ba polémique bien ezo salama na sur les réseaux sociaux, au moins na ba mso azo bandeke vaccin na soko batubiyo boyo, mwandi lulemo epimi, lulemo epimi pa ekena se. Donc donc des choses comme ça, moi nazo confirmer bino ngana zo confirmer bino que tara carte na ngai yango. Carte na ngai.
Mati sango tiango na kabila bien. Tiango pembeni na elongi na yo wana batinso bamona. Ah.
Yango.
Place ezalaki kuso. Mati sandengo salaki. OK. Ah, merci Papa Chimanga. Wana ay batinso bamoni. OK.
Donc na ziango ese na ba fait secondaire wana bazulu bwana eloko mogote. Ngai na mama bana eloko mogote. Donc c'est batlanda ba polémique nyonso esalama wana te. Vaccin il faut que ça quand même vaccin. C'est long volontaire montamoto. Oh mususu zo bana olo ba ndenga lokola Papa Chimanga lokola yangwana ke uzo te. Olo bana ngai te ngana ngana likabute na zo yimsinga ndeke. C'est très important lokola madame auti kulo bwana te. Il faut que vous vaccin. Il faut que vous vaccin. Et donc, oui, bando muso azoko tena ba vaccin go komindeke soko lukude ya vaccin donc à côté de donc c'est ça le que tozoko éviter yankwana. Mais vaccin est très important pana kuzwangu. Denga lukuda mama otikulo beneke au moins esika tozoko ndawa ezala pana kena to kusala likamuko boye babana ko obligé carte alors au moins que ça problème na tengwana. Ata na côté la ba bio na ba voyage tout ça. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Merci beaucoup, Papa Chimanga. Thank you. Vivian, Papa Chimanga just showing he had a vaccine. He said we had so many things going on social media. You don't have to follow these comments. Some of them people are exaggerating. He's showing an example of his vaccine card. Do you want to share your one as well, Vax? You want to share yours?
Yeah, I'll show mine.
Yeah, you can speak when you're talking and you're going to say, okay.
Yeah, I've had mine.
Thank you. Donc, tout le monde va te balaxi, bazwaki déjà vaccin. Tous en a courage, tous ont vaccin, tout bangate. Donc, na sire, tous se déranger te. Et ça, na importance ma casse. donc mutu nyonso azwa vaccin. Ngai na nazwi invitation wana te nazobondela nzambe balobi semaine oyo biso nyonso tokozwa invitation yango. Donc soki nazwi nakolakisa bino. Alors nazolanda yo siko Scott mpona 1 minute po tokomi na suka ya dossier wana. Scott?
Pardon?
Scott, want to speak?
Allô, président? Oui,
Oui,
non, Biboué, pour encourager votre vaccin, c'est bien, mais président, moi, il faut moi explication dans la trop sérieux, parce que Batming va banga, Batming va sûreté. Pour bien sûr, là où tout le bas est très capital, nous sommes là un problème à santé, tout ça. Mais mon tending alors qu'ils ont vaccin, il faut pas checker bien qu'il y a dans le problème moro boy, oh, et si mbaté va payer vaccin. Pour tout ça la ndengwana aux amis, mais pour tout ba ça ra batu ndengwana. Moi était que batu bando mon la ra ba obanga parce que la moni dernièrement la mutu mo pas vaccin après 2 jours à fait. Moi était ba bulo wana news tout
na Londres na Angleterre ou bien na Libanda.
Non zai awa.
Na UK.
Oui, batu ba kufa mais ba l'accent on batu ba kufa.
Akufili Korea akufili Korea.
Non la congolais. Bon, na rolo baté ga kufi likola vaccin, mais après alagi bien. Après a eu vaccin, alors qu'on resouté. Comment na ba problème moko ko resouté avant na nda hôpital après 2 jours à kufi. Mais na rolo baté que vaccin mu de premier, mais babiga alagi bien. A eu vaccin na
azana âge ni pe azali colonie.
Azana ba 60 quelque chose. Ah caribien.
Azana UK kak.
Oui, avant là. Bon, là, ça va information là tout à l'heure.
Mondele to mutumini.
Ah, mutumini, ah, caribien.
That's why, yango président, on va se répondre à quoi interrompre. Ils ont fait cette sensibilisation. C'est bien bon de faire la sensibilisation. Mais, si ils ont feedback, il y a un nombre de bateaux qui ont vaccin, il y a des problèmes en coulisses, mais ne veulent pas le lever tout haut. Mais, comme il y a un agenda caché derrière tout ça, c'est la raison pour laquelle l'objectif, nous allons atteindre nombre X quelconque. Pour aller vacciner, va vacciner, bima créer un problème, créer un polémique, c'est il là. Donc, les objectifs sont terribles. Les dire, il n'y a jamais du fumier sans feu. Jamais du fumier sans feu. Quand on a il faut faire très attention. Mais il faut faire très attention. Donc, le peuple a une complication terrible. Et ça, il faut faire très attention. Et voir même vacciner les appropriés au Buruki Gozo. Maintenant, on vient nous dire que voilà, il y a ça, il y a ceci, il y a cela. C'est là où ça fait peur. Donc, on est maintenant bloqué, on sait quoi faire. Vous comprenez? Donc, oui, c'est bien bon, mais c'est vraiment compliqué, c'est très louche. Poto vana ba poto awa moye ba ko bimeate condition fozwa moye ko ta condition de fozwa to suki to la place oketi mais soto sani to comment par contrainte le comme to sa melara nzambe vaccin ta ko ekote bongo meko mama makila et ça l'en fêté il y a quelque chose qui semble être compliqué au makambo papa timanga félicitations na yo mais prière ngi alinde na père de mpaka lokola yo te ta communauté na ba pétition
ils ont quelque chose à compléter
asa zimi ko lebele
esika tukenda kusala vaccination oyo na kuti ba jeune lukula yo wana ebele italika ngai mpaka te ba jeune ebele na kuti bangu na basoko
na ebite soko kozong selanga maloba
yangwana nazo ipoke ezali pana kwili wa ya mutu ezali kaka basi mukolo oyo nzambe aluminde ko ukenda kaka ata ba vacciner te nazolo bende mukolo na yo nzambe aluminde ukende donc parce que na l'air na kende kuna no kumulongo mulai ba jeune na ba mpaka na ba ndenga na ndenga donc ezali ko bandeke ezali kaka ba mpaka te ba jeune oyo ba kutukuna batari epele donc liwana mutu ezali papa ezali soko nzambe asalwi mukolo wana ezali calcul ya nzambe oyo secret ya nzambe oyo azana kumpana liwa ezali ba vacciner yo te liwa ezali kaka nzambe azali mukolo na yo oyo balobi ndeke ukenda kaka kulekisa mukolo wana te
problème te papa yonde ta bout de la pona yo pardon mingi c'est tout ba
okay na commute biso to pesa na parole na son excellence na biso ndeko Simon
Merci président pona kozong selanga sou maloba na landi maloba ya bandeko ndenge balobi toza toujours na cadre ya démocratie ezopesa biso ndingisa wana ya kopesa bandeko liberté wana ya kopesa pe ba opinion na bango eza malamu mais esengeli pe tozonga mwa sima toyeba ke situation oyo tozo traverser na yango eza situation moko eza très difficile. Nazali ko comprendre ba inquiétude na bino quelque part que gouvernement pe azana part ya responsabilité na ye pona ko sensibiliser population. Raison yangwana omoni ke na kati ya organisation to cheki branche oyoyo ezala na kati pona ko sala ka ba échange ndenge toza ko sala. Je crois bien que petit à petit tokobanda ko comprendre ba makambo mususu otango mususu tobandaki komona ngo na sens négatif. Peut-être que muke ndenge to ezali moko ya branche et que ça a été tout développé, tout changé pe façon ya komona la makambo. Eza droit na bino ya ko zala na ba inquiétude. Quelque part pe ezo senga fo ba information et panzana mwa muke pour que batu ba comprendre que eloko o bozo sala ba fait nango eza nini et puis à la longue eza nini. C'est normal. Mutu nyonso o yazo kondima ke eloko ekota na nzoto na ye azana droit ya se poser ba question wana. Et yangwana pe eza pe malamu mususu na président ko inviter bato o baza approprié ya ko présenter bango ba question oyoyo comme ça toyoka pe ba réponse nini o ba ko pesa pona ko permettre que bandeko na biso oyo bazana na moi ba question ebele à travers ba réponse ya bato ba ozala approprié ya ko pesa ba réponse to eza très clair ndé ko sala ke bandeko na biso ba comprendre très bien bit ya sensibilisation au toza ça. Merci président.
Merci beaucoup. En tout cas, nakanisi tokokata dossier oyo awa. Totika na 3 minutes. Na moni ete dossier za kitoko mingi metoza na mwa ba announcement ya mike. Na moni ete eza dossier moko important metokoluka tolo belangwata samedi prochain. Mais eloko na websa biso samedi toza na fin ya mois de mars. Alors ezalaki prévu toza na cuisine ya ba maman. Donc samedi eza réunion ya ba maman tokosala mwa célébration na bango. Alors fête tokosala ekozala boye. Mutu nyonso akozwa ba mega mama Betty ako bobenga ye po na réunion ya samedi à le 27. Tosengi na mutu nyonso ako se préparer koya tosala ndokola mwa celebration na kutuna ba mama bakolingeza la ndenge nini. Soki tokotia musique tozobina na ba screen na biso tozotambosa ba fleur to fête ya ba mama. Soki tokobandomela ba champagne na banda na biso mutu na ndako na ye tomeka to sepela na ba mama parce que mama bazana journée ya ba mama alors il fallait to sepela na bango mois de mars oyo tokobenga ba membre nyonso baya mutu nyonso akoya bakochela ye mega na ye donc tokosana mama Betty. Just to say Vivian, we are at the end of the meeting. There has been a bit some challenge in relation to vaccine. People still have some question. We have some concern. We got somebody just lost life, according to one of our members. And the person lost life is a very active person, was healthy. He had a vaccine after 2 days, he lost his life. So people have some concern. And what people are asking, all the data we are having is the data with positive outcome of the virus. We don't know what are the negative of that. In the UK, we don't know if somebody had a black clock or anything happened to them. So people are asking to know, can the government give us the correct figure of what happened? We may have a positive outcome 100%, but if there's only one person or probably something happened, we have to know what happened to that person to make other people.
They will be looking into that. I mean, the hospital, there will be definitely some, I mean, I like everything. I mean, you could take 2 paracetamol today and you could die tomorrow. And you're going to say it's because of the paracetamol that you died. I mean, as I say, yes.
Well,
I mean,
I think that's the correct view. But what people are saying, we haven't seen European coming with some data showing it has some side effect. So we want to see if anything like that happened in the UK. We don't know yet. So that's what people are asking. They feel like something has been hiding. But the question here, we're going to talk about it more next week because we've got just 1 minute left. It's 4 o'clock, the end of the meeting. But next Saturday meeting is the end of March. So we know that March is the month of our mother. So we should celebrate with the women at least once. We do normally every year. So this time what we're doing next Saturday, we are asking people to come. You're going to bring something like a flower or you can come the way you want. The mama gonna send a message to everybody. So we're gonna be here. We're gonna have our drink next to us, or probably we're gonna put music, depending on what they're gonna tell us. As long as we can play the music and everybody can listen to their house. If you can listen to the music in your house, so we're gonna play the music. So everybody gonna play that. We'll be dancing together and celebrating the day with our mother next Saturday. It's gonna be a celebration day. Let us celebrate even on a Zoom. We cannot punish ourselves because of coronavirus. We have to celebrate, we have to be happy. So this is how we're gonna do it. I don't know. We're gonna ask our mother to tell us how they're gonna do it. Okay. So you'll be more than welcome to come Saturday, but we're gonna also talk a little bit more about this issue of the coronavirus. So lelo vraiment bande ko photo 6 à 16. Tozo mesana koleksa air bande ko musuba zo sanga président réunion zo sila kamwa reta to yaka avant to 6 à avant. Donc to meka ko ya avant pour to 6 biso nyonso boni makamba kitoko boye tozo kata ka réunion ezo sala malamu te. Na yebi ke bele tozana besoin to loba mais bolimbisa. To ya avant next Saturday to ya avant tozo banda to tia 13h to sala fête ya ndenge nini bozana idée bo pesa ba mama idée mutu mo wa kolo batozo ata 3 minutes to sala ndenge nini next Saturday ngana zana idée te ba mama ba ete fo ba yebisa biso to kozela bango ba yebisa biso biso bozana idée to yebisa bango.
It was a party online, President.
To sala fête online, eh?
No, I'm asking. That's my question. I'm asking. I don't know how does it.
I think that's the best one. I've already been in more than 5 different parties online, so I don't know if that's the way we're going to do. If it's going to be the case, it's fine. I don't know. So,
I hope so. I think it will be online party because we can't meet
yeah,
up.
we can do online party. We can do online party. Is good. I don't know. Are we disons tous d'accord? Tout ça la fête na Zoom.
Yeah.
Of course, that's how it happen nowadays. That's how it happen nowadays, President.
So is fait à mama. Alors ceux qui mutana idée ndenga ko sala ngo bo contacter secrétaire. Bo pesa idée ndengo lingezala e ko sala bien de konangai. So ko zana idée. Ko zana idée olobi ke no ezala boye. To ko sepela mingi to zwa idée na yo o solo na secrétaire. Na zo mekana na sala na nwelo moko boyo kana nwelo ko so ki ko zala bien. Na mekana so ki ko leka bien. I don't know how it's going to be.
Nego Simon sans vaccin.
Ouais. Non, on a la salle test, mais jusqu'à présent, on a eu le vaccin.
Mais quand on a vaccin, c'est un cas test positif ou négatif, hein?
Yeah, mais question est allée que yo que nous avons eu mon test santé, on va inviter.
On va inviter, mais on a fait aussi son vaccin.
Ils ont comment, oui.
Oh, Nane!
Ok. So que kokoma e komi bien na bandaku?
E komi bien président.
Ok, tokotala so ya ko musique. Tokotala donc na ça.
Na Zoom.
Okay.
So
Papa
koma bien na bandaku tokosala next Saturday.
Papa Chimanga tu na Damaze ndenge na Zoom.
Damaze ndesi Badamaze kwa ndenge nini? Mama Seka kutinga biso badamaze mutu nyonso akuzwa mwa
ata deli. Papa Keba na corona, toboto tindero Damaze ya na corona Keba.
Damaze koya. Papa Chimanga bazwaki damaze na ndaku te. Papa Chimanga
ya bola kabwa ape ba ko motungisa ngai.
Ya ngale badamaze ka pesa medi kotinda avante. Bato ba koya ndo pesi bango samedi. Opesi bango lendi.
Badamaze
ndenge wana na bato bakoya Mama Seka.
Omoni badamaze ndenge wana monsieur le président ya kata
monsieur
le président badamaze ndenge wana ya kata chaque fin du mois ndenge wana esopete
we gotta see that.
Esopete.
Okay. So Vivian, we are celebrating already. We said it's going to be good to have a meeting on Saturday with the music. People said the music was playing well in the house. So I've just tested. How did it go in your house?
No, it was fine. Fine.
It was pretty calm. Did it come loud?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to try our best next Saturday to enjoy, to celebrate. And there has been a question on how people are going to celebrate, how we're going to have our drink. So we said we're going to have a drink from home. And we're doing our best to assist the people with something smaller at the end of the meeting for them to have a back of their drink. So thank you so much for coming.
I will sing a song for you. I will think of the best song.
No, sorry, the question is for Vivian. She said she's not living, I'm not living far from her. Which city she's living at the moment, please?
I'm in Ellesmere Port.
Sorry?
Ellesmere Port.
Oh, yeah. I know that. We are not far at all.
Yeah. I will sing a song from my album for you guys.
Oh, okay.
For Saturday. So,
looking forward to hear that.
Mama bakopesa biso programme turoyo balambite metoko sepela kaka ensemble. Nzambati akile to se kukuta na samedi na sengo comme to celebrate. That's the end of the meeting. So I look forward to see you next Saturday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye now. Bye. Nazo cha muziki wana yetu pesa na bye bye. Papa Chimanga to continue, we gonna carry on. To continue kalate to bando pesa na lisusu assistance wana.
Okay.
Eko ya. Muziki ezo ya.
Bye. Pesa o musique ana ya tanzambe.
Muziki itoko.
Ya tanzambe.
Abeginga na telefone. Batu balingi to bina te. Kona obeta ngona telefone. Ndeko ya mutea makasi. Bye. Bye.